Are we beginning to see a turning point for our culture and Christianity? Let's talk about it. There is a shocking article for a lot of people that came out today by the New York Times, so not exactly like a Christian newspaper, about how Christianity's decline in the U.S. appears to have halted. A major study shows. This is a fascinating article. I'm going to read through some of it, give some analysis, because I actually have been calling this for a while now. There's other people that have been calling it for longer, but since I've had my channel, I've been talking about how I was seeing the seeds of Christianity making a resurgence and atheism having more of a decline. I've been seeing this shift in the culture, and I really took a lot of abuse for it actually a while back, and I want to go through some of that today. So again, this is from the New York Times. Young people contributed to the shift. If you're a young white male these days and you think of yourself as conservative, then being religious is a part of that. And so then the article goes on to say, for decades, social scientists, demographers, and Christians themselves have told a familiar story about the state of Christianity in the United States. The country was rapidly secularizing. The Christian population was shrinking on its way to becoming a minority religion. America may have been some years behind Europe in the process, but its pews were emptying steadily and inexorably. Yes, and a lot of people said this, like looking at Europe was kind of like looking into our future. That's the way Americans felt for a while. Now, that narrative may be changing, the article says. After years of decline, the Christian population in the United States has been stable for several years, a shift fueled in part by young adults, according to a major new survey from the Pew Research Center. So not some random guy, but the Pew Research Center, which is a very respected organization. And the number of religiously unaffiliated Americans, which had grown steadily for years, has also leveled off. So here is the chart here. The top line is the Christians. And so the first year they have here is 2007, 78. And it was declining steadily, pretty precipitously, declining. And then it experiences like a little bit of an uptick. So it levels off here from 2017 to 2018, then drops off pretty big in 2019. A little bit of an uptick in 2020, dips again, and now it's going back up. So now it's kind of doing this, but it's leveled off. It's not in a clear downward trend. Now it's just leveled off. And so again, a lot of people are going to say, well, then how was that a win for you? Well, again, there's not a clear decline anymore. It's leveled off. And I think it's very likely that it's going to go down, level off, and then go up. You see the slow decline of the religiously unaffiliated, and then now it appears to be leveling off as well. I think we're going to see a transition point where the number of religiously affiliated goes down and then the number of Christians goes up. We're entering a new era of the American religious landscape, said Ryan Burge, a political scientist at Eastern Illinois University, who is not involved in the Pew survey. The nuns, those in the American population who tell researchers they have no religious affiliation, have been growing for decades. Now that growth has either slowed or stopped completely, Dr. Burge said, and that's a big deal. So you might try to see this and say, big deal, it's just going to go back up or go back down. No, it's actually a big deal statistically that this has happened since it's been downward trending. Christianity has been for a long time. And again, to be fair, if you look to the long term, it's a story of decline in American religion, a senior associate Gregory Smith said, but it's a completely different story if you look at the short term, which is a story of stability over the last 4 or 5 years. And again, this is what I've been seeing, that the amount of people who have been discounting Christianity seems to be decreasing. And the amount of people who are discounting atheism or just total religious unaffiliation seems to be increased. Now, again, on my channel, I've covered people, major conversions to Christianity like Ayaan Hirsi Ali, who was one of the foremost atheists in the world. I've covered people like Russell Brand as well, who was a very secular person and then now has come to Christianity. Then there's like people like younger, like music artists like MIA or Gideon. There's people like Nala Ray out there, another famous conversion story. Rainn Wilson is like a Baha'i person, but he also says that he believes in Jesus. And he said to Alex O'Connor how to him, atheism makes no sense out of life, and it should have that answer or some kind of an answer. And Christianity has that and atheism doesn't, or theism has it at the very least. Jordan Peterson, I've covered him on the channel as well for saying that atheism Judaism is an illegal chess move. It's nonsensical. And he talked about why he was not an atheist. Then there's guys like comedian Chris DiStefano who have debated Joe Rogan on his podcast. And of course, guys like Wes Huff who have been doing some influencing of Joe Rogan. And there's even like a report out there that Joe Rogan's been like attending church lately. Elon Musk, who is not a Christian, doesn't call himself a Christian, but fully agrees with this notion that Christianity holds up Western civilization, that it's great because of Christianity. Again, he doesn't claim Christianity, but he recognizes this. And I think this is a big reason why there's starting to be a shift in the way Christianity is being looked at by people. With the changing nature of the world, they're realizing that there is an unchanging force like Christianity that has made our society in the West so great. And so someone posted this meme about Western civilization and Christianity, and Elon Musk sees this and replies, true. He agrees with this. Of course, just the other day, Nicole Shanahan, who ran as RFK Jr.'s VP, came out and said that she was baptized into Christ. She said, I am a Jew. Today I'm a Jew for Jesus. She converted to Christianity from Judaism. And again, this made a lot of headlines recently. I was saying this about Christianity 8 months ago, and a lot of people told me I was crazy. Let me know what you think, but I think something is happening right now in the culture. I am seeing this shift towards Christianity, towards these values, and people understanding this is, despite what Dawkins says, the bedrock of a moral world. And if it's the bedrock of a moral world, then maybe it's even more than that, or it should be more than that to me as an individual. People are starting to gravitate towards Christianity because accumulated human wisdom, we are realizing just how horrible life is without God. But let me know what you think. I am very curious to hear what you have. I mean, I can't put that any better than I put that 9 months ago. Again, I've been covering this stuff like crazy on my channel. Russell Brand's conversion right here. If I look a little bit further, Ayan Hirsi Ali, Richard Dawkins telling her that she's too smart for Christianity. Destiny saying it's the most moral religion. This debate happening on Breaking Points with this author telling Ryan and Emily that America needs Christianity. Here's Chris DiStefano, Joe Rogan 9 months ago debating the resurrection. Justin Bieber talking about what made him seek God and how Christianity was so fulfilling for his life. Jordan Peterson's problem with atheism. Harrison Bucker getting abused just for being a Christian, and people saying he actually makes a lot of sense. And then, of course, there's a lot of stuff like this where Christianity has been openly platformed, whereas like 10 years ago, it would have been way more taboo to do that. You have Cliff and Stuart Connectley on Logan Paul's podcast and so many other examples like this. I'm also going to do a reaction to Apostate Prophet talking about going to church for the first time, a former Muslim. There is something happening, and I love to see it. Give me your thoughts about this. I have so many questions about it, so many things, and I'll save those for future videos, but I wanted to share that awesome information with you. I love you all so much. If you want to support the channel, it would help the channel grow in amazing ways. The link is in the description below to my Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you can support this channel and help this movement, this ministry grow. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Again, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. God bless you. I love you so much. Lord willing, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.